first of all, I think when you notice that you have a lot of resistance to what seems to be asked when following guidance, is to see that the following of the guidance is to come across the very things that are holding you back from being happy. So if you first and foremost see the idea of following guidance, which always seems to have a form component and brings up resistance within the mind of, well, I don't want to do that, because the ego is so fixated on how things look and how things appear to guard its self-concept, that it's only through the activity of moving in form towards something that you come up against the true resistance in the mind. However, this resistance isn't to the activity. This resistance is to what you will notice and see and have to question about who you are. So really, when you are experiencing yourself as being resistant to doing what the guidance asks of you, you're actually resistant and afraid, genuinely afraid, of coming into an experience of who you are. You're afraid of transcendence. You're afraid of discovering your Christ. You're afraid of finding out who you're not. And so everything within you, with absolute death threat level urgency, is motivated to stop you following the guidance, so that you never question who you are and you never have a transcendent experience of what the truth of being for you really is. So rather than you thinking that you are resistant to phoning someone or doing a particular activity, perhaps washing the dishes, whatever it is, to see that it's not the activity that you're resistant to, but the end, because the means and end are together. And if you do not want the means, it is the end that you do not want. And if all guidance is to return you to an awareness and state of happiness, then you don't want to be happy. So your resistance is just an argumentative way of saying, well, I don't want to be happy. And the spirit has to honor that and go, okay, you don't want to be happy, but the chances are you won't recognize that that's what you're saying. You'll think you have a genuine right and entitlement to say no to what the guidance is, because you've already missed the purpose. The purpose of anything is not making a phone call. The purpose is not washing a dish. The purpose is forgiveness and coming into an experience of who you truly are. Coming into an experience of innocence. Coming into an experience that you haven't done anything wrong, that you couldn't do anything wrong, and that you're loved. And so that's what you're actually resistant to when you are refusing a particular activity that's designed to bring you into direct conflict with those ideas and beliefs and desires in your own mind. So you're not bad when you have resistance to following guidance. Yet again, you're just mistaken. And if you're that hijacked that you're completely incapable of even looking at the fear that comes up to following the guidance, well then you can at least decide that you don't like how you feel. And choose once again to decide with the spirit instead of the ego. And that is the short version of why autonomy is one of the central delay maneuvers in coming back to discovering you're actually all powerful and not at all a victim of the world.